Right, welcome back everybody. Today we're back on the garden side of things. We've got this little Ryobi Hedge trimmer coming. This is for someone my mum knows, so you may have seen it feature on my dad's retro restore channel, I think it was on, where my mum just brought it back, so we did try and get it running. We got it in, we tried starting it, it didn't want to know. We put a spark plug tester on it, it had a great spark. We whipped the plug out and the plug seemed to be wet, like it had a bit of water in it or something. Anyway, we cleaned all that, put the plug back in, got it going, but it seemed not to want to run off of choke. As soon as you took it off of choke, it just died basically. That was yesterday. So today I've come in, I've just tried starting it again, doesn't want to know again. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it stripped down now and see what we find. See you in a minute. Right then, so we'll take this HT lead cap off. You might hear a bit of wind noise in the back. I've got the fan on because it is rather hot in here today. And this was meant to be actually a TZR video, putting the engine back together today, but that hasn't gone to plan. Hold on, let's just have a look. Because this is what I was up against. We've just got everything laid out on the table, ready to rebuild the engine. I was just going through the bearings. I've meant to have a replacement bearing for this, and that's what they've sent me. Look, near enough fits in the middle of that, so let's put a hold to that video. So this needed doing, so I thought I'd still chuck you a little video out. So that's got to be sent back and replaced, but that's crazy that. And the chap, actually, I took him the whole bearings in a bag and he said he measured them up and everything. So anyway, that's a different story. Let's take a look at this plug. Yeah, and it's wet again. I don't know if you'll pick that up on camera, but it's actually, don't know if you can see that. There's water droplets sitting on it. You can smell the fuel getting through, but I say it's got water in it as well. So it's definitely not right. Let's just give it a couple of pulls of that plug out. So what I'm going to do now is I'll bring that round there. We'll take this air cover off. Get yourself a couple of 10 mils there. We'll just whiz them out. To be honest, I don't think this carb has been messed about with. It's probably got it's got water in the system, and it's one of the jets might be clogged up. Because I say it has been sat for a while, as I'm led to believe. Everything's working on it as it should be. Quite oily about here. Just need to get some long nose pliers just to disconnect the throttle cable. So we're just going to disconnect this throttle cable here. Just have to squeeze the arms a minute. There we go. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to just clamp these fuel lines and then I'll come back to you. Right, so I've clamped them off there. I can't find my fuel clampers, so I've just put a bit of tissue around that hose just to protect it. There's actually a hole in that one, look. It's actually spraying out there. So we'll sort that out. So that releases that. We'll just rest that up there. Keeps that at bay. So what I'm going to do now is just put this up here out of the way, because we're going to be working on the carb now. Don't need that for the time being. Right then, so the gasket looks fine. That's good to go again. I don't know if you can see in there, we're actually going to take this primer bulb off because there is bits of water in there as well. I know there's a bit of wear on there, but I can see some watermarks, so we'll take that off. And make sure you get yourself a good fitted screwdriver, because you don't want to be rounding off any of these screw heads. There we go. Yeah, there's definitely water in this system. That's it. So I'm just going to give that little bubble a good clean out there. Just wind some tissue into it. Little diaphragm here. Just want to be careful with that, and the gasket, because I haven't got another one, so we don't want to be damaging this one. Worst case, we will have to get one if we do damage it. So let me just get a flat blade. Bit of plastic in there from something. The diaphragm actually does feel good actually. That's that side free. It's a matter of working it off. Don't try pulling it. Here we go. There we go. Off in one piece, lovely. And that just gives us access to clean all these little ways. So just remember which way your diaphragm and gasket come off. It can only go on one way, to be fair, so I'm just going to stick that there out of the way, and I'll get some carb cleaner and we'll give this a good clean out, and then we'll take a look into this side. We'll remove this. Might get a bit of fuel drop out of here if there's any left in there. First time I've worked on one of these ones, so it's all new to me, this as well. Don't really do many hedge trimmers or chainsaws or stuff like that, or trimmers. Just tend to normally stick with the mowers really, but we'll have a go at them. Again, be very careful with this. There we go. All looks good. Don't get any, if you do use carb spray or anything, don't get that carb spray on any of these diaphragms or gaskets, because it will ruin them. Yeah, it all looks as it should in there, but I say it is a bit wet in there, so we will get this stripped down and cleaned. So I'm just going to get a bit of a cleaner and I'll come back to you. Right, so I've just given the faces a bit of clean from the old gasket. I'm just going to spray a bit of carb spray down the carb now. Just make sure you spray it down everywhere. Right, so I'm just going to carry on with that and I'll come back to you. I'll give that a good spray down. I just wanted to do that outside because it is a bit smelly. We have got an extraction unit in here, but I prefer to do it outside. And the reason I said you don't really want to get this carb spray on your diaphragms, because look what it's already done to these gloves. They've just ripped and they've gone all saggy. So that's one reason you don't want to get it on your diaphragms, because it will just ruin them and you need to get a new one. So like, it's just ruined them gloves. So, and you don't want all that on your skin, going into your skin. So I've just give it a blow down now with the airline. That all looks great in there. That tip looks perfect. We'll reseat that. They are fiddly, these little carbs. Make sure you've got your needle sat back in its home. Right, so that was a bit of a fiddly job, but we've got it back in. Right then, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start reassembling this all back together, because it's all cleaned out now. So we're just going to stick that back on. There we go. These are so fiddly, these little carburetors. Let's just get that started off. You probably can't see much because it's all bloody fingers at the minute. And you ain't got to go too mad with these, just nip them up just so we don't get no leaks. You don't want to be stripping any threads. Right, so what we can do now, look on that diaphragm, look, I don't know if you can see that. See that in the centre? Look. It's like plastic, it's lacquer basically, I think. That's not going to help at all. That was the only bit in there. Right, so I'm going to stick this part back on. Just stick that on there like that. And then you just want to push that. There are a couple of locating pins on that. Just like that. Don't forget your primer. Make sure that's got a good seal there. Yep, which it has. So now we can push these two screws back in. And this is pretty much the carb serviced. I reckon I am going to take that fuel out that's in there. It does look like a new mix of fuel, but you don't know how old the fuel is, how long it's been kept in the chap's garage, if it's fresh or not. I say it shouldn't have water in it. So we're going to stick a bit, I've got some fresh fuel I bought the other day for the motorbike, so I'll stick a bit of that premix in. What we'll do now is we'll get tidied up here and we'll bring the strimmer back in. Right, so I've just nipped a bit of the end off of that hose where the split was. I've took the fuel out now because I'm not happy using that fuel. So what we can do now is we can stick the carb back on there. Before we push it fully home, get them on there. Push them right up. There we go. We can get our airbox housing. Just give that back in a bit of a clean. Mesh gauze looks alright in there, so I'm not worried about that. Before we do that, we'll just stick that throttle cable through before we nip anything up. There we go. That's operating as it should. Get that back on there. Get your little 10mm bolts. Just start them off just to hold it up. And then we can get our ratchet and just nip them in. I say it still might need a bit of a tweaking on the adjustment screws, but before we touch them, we'll just make sure, see if it's running any better now, if it's running at all. You don't go too mad with them. So it seals. So it's all functioning as it should. We can stick our airbox cover back on. There is no air filter in there. I thought there might have been a sponge filter in there for that. So I've never worked on one, so I'm not 100% sure. It's got, I say, it's got a little mesh gauze there, but I thought it might have had a foam filter in there. So if anyone knows down below in the comments, leave us a comment and let us know. So what we'll do now is I'm just going to give that plug a bit of a blow with the air line. It's all gapped up fine, that's perfect. So we'll stick this back in and then I'll get the fuel mixed up and then we'll go for a fire up and hopefully we've got no issues there. So I'm just going to nick this in. Then you only got to go just sealing that crusher and that's on there perfect. I say that's the fuel we did get out of it. It doesn't look too bad, but again, if we've done a carb service, I'd rather put some fresh fuel in it. So let me just get the fuel mixed up and I'll come back to you. Right then, so I've mixed some pre-mix up. Let's get the old funnel. There we go. Put that over there. That done. Just give it a bit of a clean down. Right, let's set it up, make sure we've got no leaks. I'm just going to give that a few primes to get the system working. Get it. Oh, it's starting to suck up now, so that's good. Right, so let me move you back a bit. Right then, so I'm going to open this door just for a bit of ventilation. Put that there out of the way. Right, we've got the on switch on. So it says give it 7 primes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Set to run. Set to start. Sorry. Give it a pull start. And it says leave it on start for 6 to 10 seconds and then pull the trigger. So hopefully we'll get something here. HT leads on. Switch is on. Let's go for it. Oh, it's no in there, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get that carb filled up. Right then, as you would have saw just then, I was pulling and pulling it and it still doesn't want to know. I've just changed the plug for a known good plug off of another item we've got. And also, when I was priming it, I was pushing down on it like that and it was priming fine, but I just pushed it from this angle and as you see there, it's actually got a hole in it, but as you push down on it, you're actually sealing the hole. So I'm not going to send it out like that. I didn't realise that was broken before I serviced the carb, because I say like that, look, it primes perfectly. It's just that I come in from a different angle then, and it's got a crack just at the top there in the centre. So I've just been online, I've had a look. For the price of the primer bulb itself, I can get a new carb for, I think it was about 14 quid. So I'm not going to mess about just changing that. I'm going to put a whole brand new carb on it, so we know everything's going to be, even though I've just cleaned it, we will just, I'll say, we're going to put a whole new carb on it for the sake of it. I think the primers were about 6 or 7 quid, and for the sake of 14 quid, we're going to put a whole, I say, brand new carb on it, and hopefully it should be running lovely jubbly. So it is a bit of a fail really, so we will be revisiting this with a part 2. I'm going to get that carburetor ordered today, so it's still a nice hedge trimmer for 14 quid anyway. So I say it's not mine anyway, it's one of my mum's friends. So we're going to leave it here for now, and we'll see you in part 2 where we're refitting a new carb to it. So see you about.